I didn't prepare anything to say, so I'm just gonna try to speak from the heart. Yeah, exactly, like Elan would have done. Elan passed away 2 weeks ago today. He was a really, really important part of why we're all here. I moved to Portland in 2011. I graduated from the Evergreen State College where I met Elan. And let me tell you, despite my high school ciphering and all that other shit, I was completely trash at rapping. Some people might still say I am, I don't know. When I got here, he gave me a place to live when I didn't have anywhere to live. And I had the unique and beautiful opportunity to be here for the first ever Hungry Hungry Hip Hop, October 2011. So it always means a lot to me to come back to Hungry Hungry Hip Hop. Like I was telling Bird earlier, it's like I feel like I'm bookending it every time I'm here, because it's like, hey, I was at the first one and then I was at the most recent one. Sometimes Bird likes to remind me I got old head status now. And I used to have a chip on my shoulder about that when he said, man, I'm not that fucking old, Bird. I'm only 4 years older than you. But as you get older, you get an opportunity to carry a torch and to be able to tell the stories of events like this. Elan had a group in college called the Hungry MCs. Super dope group, man. They used to tear up house parties. They used to tear up the rec center at Evergreen, everything, man. Elan was like a fucking, he was the ringleader of our whole shit. Like,
shout out C-Foss! Shout out Uncanny!
Yeah, for sure, man. Ben was there for a little bit before he dropped out and had a kid. Hey, it happens. But the beautiful thing about Elan was he was a builder. He was someone that always brought people in. I know that sometimes in hip hop we have this culture of competition and bravado and all this other shit, and there's a place for that, but there's also a place, I think, more so for bringing people in, and that's what this event has always been about. So from the jump, Elan's mission was always to not just give a spotlight to people who are dope and known in the city and beyond, but more so to give a spotlight to people who maybe this is their first show, this is their first time getting on stage. And that was true for me and for my partner Rufus, man. Like, the first time we rapped in a venue was this venue, man. And like, I'm not exaggerating when I say we probably played like at least 100 shows here over the last 13 years.
Sometimes full, sometimes empty.
Yes, yeah, for sure. We played to 3 people in here, and we played to 200 people in here. But all of that is because of Elan. And to continue some of the history, those of you that have either grown up in Portland or lived in Portland for a long time might remember that there was a period of time in the mid-2000 teens when like it really felt like hip hop was under attack in this city. Straight up, like the Blue Monk got raided by the fucking pigs. Straight up, they busted in. Yeah, Alhambra. Yeah, exactly. There was a time in this city when venues were not booking hip hop artists, or they had these bogus ass fucking dress codes that were just coded racism. For 13 years, this event has gone on with none of that shit. And that's thanks to Elan Eichler and to his dad, Dan Eichler. Yep. 100%. And through all of that shit, there's never been a fight at Hungry Hungry Hip Hop. There's never been any bullshit.
Bring your mom.
Bring your mom, bring your grandma. Some people even try to bring their kids, but like, hey, it's 21 and over after 8. But hey, I've seen it in here. Yeah, for sure. So many of us have had the opportunity to perform here. So many of us have had the opportunity to create connections and musical relationships and friendships and all of these other things because of this place and because of what Elan started. Man, Elan started this shit, and He ran it for 2 years. He got busy with school. He passed it on to the homie Milk. Milk ran it for probably 6 to 8 months, and then he got busy with school. And then Rufus and I, we took it on for what, 3 or 4 years, Ruf? And I can tell you, like, it is not easy to do this shit, man. The flyers every month, the booking, managing artists, all that. You don't run Hungry Hip Hop for the money. No one's getting rich off of this shit. If you do it, it's for the love. And when I passed it on to MG, I did it because I knew these were the right cats to run this. And Elan was fucking proud of you guys, man. You have been carrying on what he started, and you've been doing it in such a beautiful and pure way, and you've kept that ethos alive that, like, this isn't some cool guy shit. Like, we're doing this shit for the love of the music and to give people an opportunity to express themselves and to express their art form. And again, I'll say it until the day I fucking die. Like, that's because of my homie, Mighty Misc. And that's because of his pops. Giving a safe space in Portland for hip hop. And I truly believe, like, this is the longest continually running hip hop event in this city. You know what I mean? Like, and it will continue, and it's gonna continue in Elan's honor. And a lot of you didn't get the opportunity to meet Elan, but know that if you've been impacted by this event, that you are part of his legacy and part of what he's created. Elan was a person that loved people, and it doesn't cost anything to show love. All right? Show love to your friends. Check in on your community. Support your community. Look out for each other, all right? Make music that matters to you. When I saw this man doing his thing up here, it was fucking beautiful, bro. You're part of that legacy. All of you are a part of that legacy. So keep coming back and bump Mighty Misc shit, man. It makes me so happy. I was listening to his music on the way up here, man. Like, my man made straight up nerdcore rap about superheroes and Pokemon and all of that shit. He made music that about things he loved and cared about, man. And like, we should all be doing that. And y'all are doing that shit, man. And it's beautiful for me to see that every single time I'm here. If you knew Elan, or if you were impacted by him, I encourage you to jump on. There's a memorial website. All right, you can say a few words about him, or even if you didn't know him, if you want to pay your respects and say, hey, thank you for doing what you do. His parents are gonna see it, his family's gonna see it, and I think it would mean a lot if you tapped in, and if you feel like it. I know the MGs will post the link on their Instagram after tonight. Check on your friends, man. Tell your friends you love them. Thank you for letting me get up here and say a few words, man. 13 years of Hungry Hip Hop this October. And it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. And again, thank you to Dan and to Elan for making this shit happen, man. We've had so many beautiful moments here over the years, man. We're gonna have a cypher in honor of Elan tonight, because I'm not bullshitting when I tell you this dude was so fucking nasty in the cypher. I remember being 20 years old, just like with my mind blown, just being like, fuck man, I wanna be like this dude. Like, he was nasty, man. So thank you to Elan, my friend. Thank you to y'all for being here. Thank you for keeping this alive. Thank you for loving hip hop. Thank you for loving this community. If it's cool with y'all, I wanna just take a quick 13 seconds, a moment of silence for Elan, for his contribution, and put a little love out, man, from your heart to Mighty Misc. We miss you. Let's take a moment of silence for him. Keep each other close. Protect this art form, and protect this community. We're all each other has, all right? Thank you all so much for listening. I love you.